You're living a story that wasn't written for you. You follow routines, make choices, and chase goals, yet somehow, it still feels like someone else is running your life. By 2026, if nothing changes, decades will pass and your future self will barely recognize who you became. The shocking truth: it's not your habits or skills that define you. It's the story you tell yourself every day about who you are. Rewrite that story, and everything else, the work, the relationships, the opportunities, starts falling into place. Chapter 1: The Story You're Living. Every decision, every habit, every choice flows from the story you tell yourself. Maybe you've convinced yourself, I'm not the type of person who takes risks. I'll never be organized enough to level up. I can't change because it's too late. These aren't truths. They're scripts you've been repeating for years. Your brain notices patterns, not intentions. It acts on the story you believe, not the one you want. By the time you realize it, decades have passed, and nothing has changed. Chapter 2: Stories Determine Behavior. Your actions follow your internal narrative more than your external plans. If your story says, I'm inconsistent, you'll skip tasks. You'll procrastinate. You'll quit just before results show up. If your story says, I can learn fast, your brain seeks opportunities to prove it. Your choices start matching your narrative. Leveling up isn't about doing more, it's about becoming the person your story says you already are. Chapter 3: The Future is a Script. Most people plan goals like a to-do list. Get this job. Earn this amount. Finish this project. But a list isn't enough. You need a narrative. What story will your 2026 self be living? Unclear stories lead to reactive decisions. Clear stories act like gravity, pulling your habits, your choices, and your environment into alignment. Chapter 4: The Subtle Blockers. Old narratives don't disappear overnight. They leak. Tiny compromises. Repeated doubts. Passively allowing old habits to continue. These reinforce the old story quietly. Rewriting your story isn't a motivational speech. It's a careful process. Notice where your current story limits you. Rewrite the assumptions silently. Make small choices that validate the new story. It's subtle. Invisible at first. But unstoppable over time. Chapter 5: Story Experiments. Your story is not fixed. It's experimental. Want to be the person who finishes what they start. Complete one task today, even if it's small. Want to be someone who takes bold action? Make one decision that scares you. Stories prove themselves through small, repeated actions, not grand gestures. Chapter 6: Environment as Narrative Fuel. Your environment constantly reinforces a version of yourself. The people around you. The media you consume. The spaces you occupy. If your environment validates the old story wins. Leveling up means curating your narrative ecosystem. Remove spaces that reinforce old behaviors. Add people, content, and routines that confirm the new identity. Environment is leverage. Ignore it, and the story doesn't stick. Chapter 7: Compounding Effects. Even small narrative shifts compound. A new belief equals a small action equals a result equals validation equals stronger belief. Days turn into months, months turn into years. Your old story can feel like someone else's life. And your new story will feel inevitable. Chapter 8: Conclusion. Rebranding your life isn't about doing more. It's about telling a better story to yourself. Notice the old scripts. Rewrite your assumptions. Live the proof in small daily actions. Your narrative can define the person you were meant to become. Not the one you've been repeating by default. Start rewriting. Start living it.